So I'm finally sending all those court files to Joe. I know he's not going to open them and read them. Why should he? He's already pissed off at me that he went over those original ones that Auntie sent to me. Not the ones I printed out, the ones that only, and I was all upset about that. And then, oh my God, when I printed out the stuff that she originally wrote, printed it out from the files at the court. Anyway, I'm sending them to him anyway, and I'm writing stuff on the envelope. I've been doing that with letters for a long time. I had a friend who did it too, wrote stuff on the outside of the envelope. Joe might read the outside of the envelope, but he won't open anything and read anything inside, so I want him to know what's going on. He might decide, because it's less overwhelming just to read something real quick on the outside of the envelope, but he might not, who knows. Anyway, I was supposed to send these out weeks ago, and I've been sick, so some of them are going to be dated, dated as in they're relevant, but they're from 2 weeks ago as opposed to right now. So what I wrote today on some of these envelopes, I just sent them on a whole bunch of envelopes, one stamp in each part of the paper, make thick enough that make sure it doesn't go over a stamp and the amount that it owes on it, the amount of postage. I had the postman check it even before I was going to send them to make sure. I had him check them all. I said, check them all and make sure that they just take one stamp. I'm not going to mail them right now because I have to check the address, make sure I have the correct zip code, but I need to make sure I could just drop them in the mail on one stamp. And he checked them all and they were all fine. And then I could gauge how thick other ones could be without owing more postage, because I still had more to make. Sick for 17 days straight and haven't went on email in over a week. That's today's. I'm sorry I'm unable to be the person I know you want me to be, wish I could be, Joe. You don't want me to be / wish I could be, comma, Joe. Today was also that I wrote on envelopes that didn't have anything on them already, on the outside. I'm unable to get over this, Joe, and trying to fight Auntie when the deck is seriously stacked against me is futile, so I'm only going to write my affidavit and do nothing else. And then this was the old one when I was sick. It's been 17 days now, but I'm getting over it, but this was when I was first sick. I know that if you ever tried to go to work in the condition I've been in over the last 2 days, Joe, your bosses would order you to go home the minute you walked in the door, equals that's how sick I am right now. Yet I've still been writing my affidavit, : easy to do when, as you know, Auntie is nothing but a two-faced snake, scumbag liar, and I merely have to combat her lies with the truth. Here's an old one, too. My mama sent her papers, the conservative guardianship papers, and Auntie, a third party, had to serve my mom. She was in person. You can't, to the actual person, the incapacitated person, you can't certify and mail it like she mailed it to me. You have to serve them. A third party has to serve it. My mother was served her papers at the regular hospital. Surprise, surprise, huh, Joe? As I've already told you, I believe that means she was headed off to another mental hospital. Because otherwise, Auntie could have postponed having her served. Why serve her at the regular hospital if she's coming home even in a couple of days, On 2/20, this is a new one. On 2/27/16, I received another phony, sugary sweet letter from Auntie. This was an old one. I'm not going to call you anymore. You have my number. And then I told him the date of the hearing, which I told you was in March. You want to know how I'm doing? You call me. And this was an old one that I wrote on the envelope a while back. One of the envelopes, I just never mailed them. I wanted you to have these, so I'm sending them to you. I appreciate all your help, but I don't feel like you like me anymore, so I'm not going to bother you again. And then I never sent these out. I'm still sick. This is a new one that I wrote today. I'm still sick, but finally getting better. / been coughing up phlegm for 17 days straight now. This was today's. I will always love you, but you deserve an indefinite length of time break from me and my endless problems. And then it's scheduled to go to trial. Obviously, I just wrote this because I just found out about the trial thing. I'm backing out. I know that makes me weak in your eyes, and that's why you and I have to be distanced from each other for both our sakes. And then this is a new one. This is all too heartbreaking for me to deal with, equals I'm backing out. This was an old one. I sent you all these files I printed out at courthouse, but you don't even have to read them. I just wanted you to have them like I'd originally planned. And that's it. So there was 13. Right, yeah. Yeah, I'm sending Joe 13 envelopes. Actually sending 15, it's just 2 are too thick, and I have to see what kind of extra postage they need. You know what I mean? 3 were too thick. So I put 1 stamp on them, but I have to see what kind of extra postage these ones need. Might be too thick. Latinum. Some that they made around the border. I kind of know about that. That one might be too big. I want to come back to that would be annoying. Or I have to check. Want to eat, Omar? Yeah. Eat before Mama leaves. Well, I was in the library again late, but that's because I had shit to do that was important. Set up my appointment with the primary care physician. I wasn't able to, brand new place, I wasn't able to get in right away. But they verified with that person, that doctor at the regular hospital, at the regular emergency hospital, had said that the CDC recommendations are if you come in within 3 days of removing the tick, I guess maybe it doesn't give its disease right away or something. I don't know. It doesn't really make sense to me. And I told her that I went to a different hospital this past summer and they prescribed me a whole course of doxycycline as a precaution. And the same thing, I believe, I'm almost positive happened with my mom. And they removed the tick. Remember, she had it attached to her stomach. They removed it. So it depends on the doctor you get. The CDC recommendations are, I guess, that if someone is treated within 3 days of removing the tick from their body, you just give them that one dosage, 200 milligrams of doxycycline, and not a whole prescription. But I know my mom was given the prescription for doxycycline. And I know that I was, definitely. Even if I couldn't quite remember if my mom was, I'm fairly certain, 99.9, but I know I was at a different hospital. And I didn't wait more than, I had just removed the friggin' tick and I was in, and again, I chose to not take the doxycycline because I found out it was $100. and I didn't know my Mass Health number, so I just decided to chance it. But this time, because I'd had pain with the tick bite, big tick bite, and I never experienced that in my life, pain with a tick bite, I was going to err on the side of caution and take the doxycycline. But their recommendations, the CDC recommendations are, I guess they figure the tick hasn't been on you that long, and if it's within 3 days of you removing the tick, if you're treated, then they say just have that one dose and that should be enough. So that's where we stand. I wasn't able to get an appointment right away per the recommendations of the doctor I saw at the emergency, so hopefully I won't have Lyme disease. I'd rather not take the antibiotics for weeks if I don't have to. You know what I mean? I just know that I was prescribed it over the summer, and I had just removed the tick and got in there as soon as possible. So different doctors follow different rules, apparently. Some just err on the side of caution and automatically give you that prescription. That's not the CDC recommendations, but they override the CDC recommendations, I suppose. In any case, that's where we stand. Hopefully it'll be fine. I was doing other shit. I set that up. I had planned to be in the library earlier today. It just didn't happen as usual. It always just doesn't happen for one reason or another. Today was legitimate, though. I was doing other crap that was important. Like getting these letters out to Joe, and it's ridiculous. I made them all, put stamps on all of them. I needed to do that. That took a while. It also took a while to set up that appointment that I can't get until, a couple, 3 weeks. That's all right. At least it's done. It'll be way closer than where I was going before. So that'll be good. You know what I mean? Oh, here's another one I found, another envelope. It should be okay to mail without checking it. You don't have to ever read any of it. I read it all and nearly puked. Parentheses, as you know. That was the stuff I printed out and found out all the horrible things Auntie had written about me, even more so than the short thing. She didn't ask for extra paper for that thing, but in the original thing, she went to town, ripping me apart. That was to get the emergency hearing where I don't have to be told anything. You know? So she can lie through her teeth and I won't be there to witness it, basically. Although I would have been so blindsided, so devastated, you guys know me, I wouldn't have gone. I don't think I would have gone. I would have been in shock. I don't know if I would have gone. If she had to give me notice. Maybe I would have gone, I don't know. It's hard to say. It's all so heartbreaking to me. It's just hard to say what I would do, would have done. I didn't have the opportunity anyway, so the point is moot, right? I did not have the opportunity. Because Justin was like, you can't get the transcript. You should have attended the hearing if you wanted to know what your aunt said about you. I wasn't allowed to. She filled out a whole she wrote a book. Not literally, but she wrote on a whole, they give you a tiny bit of space, and she had a whole page of ripping me apart to ensure herself a hearing that I would not be privy to. Privy to attending, privy to knowing about. She wanted it all done in secret. And all she had to say was I had threatened to take my mom's money. And yeah, that original thing, the only reason you know that is because you were watching my YouTube videos. But I bet you didn't tell the judge anything about YouTube. What does he think? I just called you up and threatened to take my mom's money? Yeah, I don't think so. And that was because of that original thing where I felt hurt and betrayed, and my mom revoked the release, and I'm her healthcare proxy and her emergency contact, and Auntie was supposed to be out of the picture, and then when I make it a reasonable, what do you mean she's going to move in with you? What, I'm supposed to just stay here? I'm not supposed to be here? No, if you don't open your big mouth, And then I make what I think is a reasonable suggestion. How about she sell her house and give me some money like she always promised me? You know, you still have a lot of money. Give me a small amount, sell the house. She's not ready to sell her house. Why can't you put your mother ahead of yourself for your change? Why do you have to be so selfish? Now, I don't know if that was just she was buying time because she was planning this guardianship thing and to begin with. According to what I read, it was all just a conspiracy. She claims that they were going to call elder services based on my mom's babbling. Remember, my mom hated me because she was in there, not because I'd done anything to her. But then they're saying that I think she probably told my mom I threatened to take my mom's money, and then my mom said it to the hospital staff, and they were going to call elder services. And then, because it's down, well, elder services was called. They were going to call, but the hospital told them I was seeking guardianship, so they agreed to back down. That could be all a lie. It's possible that they were going to call elder services, and Auntie stopped them, because she doesn't want elder services involved at all. But it's easier to say, well, elder services was called, and they agreed to back down, and who knows what's the truth. Remember, it's these bitches who knew I didn't like them because they discharged my mom too soon and left me to deal with it all, who conspired with Auntie to take my mother from me. Okay? And it wasn't a case where my mom's locked up in a mental hospital and I'm a fucking scumbag who threatens to take all her money. But Auntie made it seem that way because that fit her agenda. That's misleading too. That's not even remotely the truth of what really went down. I didn't understand. I was blindsided. I was hurt. You know, I went and made a video. My mom revoked the release. This is ridiculous. I'm her fucking healthcare proxy. I'm her... Auntie's out of the picture, so I thought. And then Auntie just swoops in, and that was all she wrote. Un-fucking believable. Unreal. Unreal, Omar. Unreal. 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 That's the truth of the matter. Auntie makes me out to be total scum, like I was just going to steal my mom's money for no reason at all, while the poor woman's helplessly locked up in a mental house. That's not even remotely the truth of the situation. Not even remotely. Just used, set up, used, and discarded like garbage. Burning like garbage, garbage, garbage. Found a dime on the ground yesterday. I'm a dime richer. Ha ha ha. It's gonna be a $50 bill coming now. Dime. Dime for money. Again. That shit done. Waiting on me getting these pretty things out to Joe. Not that he's gonna do them, but I at least sent them, and then I don't have to worry about it anymore. You know what I mean? I'm sure he's not even gonna read them. That's alright. At least I've sent them, and then I don't have to worry about it. Even if I don't get to the library for very long, I still get the exercise, I still get out of the house. I need to buy earplugs anyway. Taking my chances with those old earplugs. I might have an ear infection. I don't watch it. It's getting funky. You know what I mean? About that time.